I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a review of the Canon M50, a complete beginner's guide. Why do I say that? Because, well, I'm a beginner. Right away, you notice that the Canon M50, it's a smaller camera. I don't know if that's going to be a pro to you or a con to you. To me, it was a pro. The first week I had it, I actually went on a cruise to the Caribbean. On that cruise, it was just extremely lightweight. You know, I didn't wear the strap or anything like that. You know, I had to be cool, carry it one-handed. You don't notice it. You know, it's almost like carrying your phone. It's not heavy, but it is kind of small. It's kind of hard to wrap your hands around a little bit. But I did find that I got used to it. It's lightweight. It's small. It does have the flip out screen, which is awesome. I'm actually using it right now so that I can see, you know, that way. And I think Tom Sawyer, I think is his name, actually mentioned it in one of his videos. You know, if you're pointing to something, it's really important that I can point to this flag here or how it's messed up right here, and it shouldn't be. You know, things like that, they make a huge difference. If you don't have the screen, you can't see that. When you buy the Canon like off Amazon or something like that, you can get the kit lens, which is a 15 to 45 millimeter, or you can get, I believe it's a 15 to 135. Don't quote me on that. It could be a 24 to 135. It's a lot different. For me, that's not what I would need, but just keep that in mind. Those are like your two main options. Or you could get the what is it called? The creator kit. You get the creator kit, which comes with the Rode mic and everything like that. But actually, if you buy it separate, it's cheaper. I've run the numbers. So if you want a Rode mic and you want the SD card and all that and the kit lens and everything, buy it separate. It's actually going to work out for you better in the long run. Actually, the short run too. Wow, that's annoying. It's just the heater clicking away or whatever it does. I want to talk a little bit about the lenses really quick. So they use the M series lenses on the M series camera, makes sense. But basically, if you want to use the L series lenses, you can get a lens adapter. I've seen them anywhere from $60 to $180 on Amazon. Just depends if you want name brand Canon or an off-brand type like that. How well they work, I honestly don't know. I have never used one. But if you were looking to jump to the 70 or 80D and you want to use the L series lenses, an adapter is definitely something that you would want to look into. The other thing I read about, and I did a little bit of research but not too much, is there's this thing called a speed booster. And I'll kind of touch on that later. It completely changes the camera. So as you know, or if you don't know, now you know, Canon, the M50, it's a mirrorless camera, so it's not a full frame camera. And what that means basically is there's a 1.6, I believe, crop factor on here. So if you're gonna use a 50 millimeter lens, which they sell them, it's just a 50 millimeter lens, the prime lens. If you buy that, when you put it on a camera like this, it's gonna multiply by 1.6 and you'll really be shooting on an 80 millimeter lens. So that's definitely a huge difference, something to keep in mind. It's not really a huge deal. You just have to kind of do the math first before you buy the lens. So if you really want a 50, maybe go with a 24 or 15 to 24, you know, somewhere, just a smaller lens because you know it's going to be multiplied by 1.6. Now where that speed booster comes into play is the speed booster, if you can find one, which from what I've read and researched limitedly, it's really tough to find one, but if you do find one, it takes the crop factor from a 1.6 down to a 1.1. So you're almost, you almost have a full frame camera. Now, I did hear through the grapevine that it's about $300, and that's if you can find one. So when you take, you know, let's say you paid $700 for the body plus $300, that's $1,000. Might as well get the 80D. I mean, and then you have a full frame there. I mean, I guess it really depends on what you're looking for. But in my opinion, if you're gonna go through all the trouble, you might as well just buy the 80D or the 70D or something like that. Maybe you're not ready for that. It's really up to you. Also, speaking of crop factors, so a lot of people, which I'm gonna tie this into the video quality. So as you may have heard, the Canon M50 Mirrorless, it does have 4K. Now, there's some things that come along with this. It only shoots 24 frames a second in 4K, and in addition to that, it adds an additional 1.4 crop factor. So when you take the 1.6 crop factor that the camera comes with and you add the 1.4 that the 4K causes, you put those together, when you add those up, it's 3. So now if you take that 50 millimeter lens that we referenced earlier, you would be shooting 150 millimeters, which is a ginormous difference. Now, if you could find maybe an 11 to 18 lens and multiply that by 3, and you're looking at 33, you had the camera far away from you, probably like 5 or 10 feet, not 10, but probably 5 feet, a good 5 feet, and you were doing videos just like this, I think the 4K would work out good. But if that's something that's really important to you is 4K, then I do not think this is the camera for you, because it's just not, it's, from what everyone is saying and the way I've used it, it's not really going to be beneficial to you. Talking about full HD, it shoots 60 frames a second, which is more than enough. I mean, that's without spending, you know, $2,000 on a camera. That's really, you know, that's what you get basically, you know, until you get like up to the 1D type cameras, you're not shooting 120 frames. Now I did see a video where when you tweak some of the settings, it shoots 120, but it's not consistent. Sometimes it's 100, sometimes it is 120. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would just stick with the 60. That's really what the camera is made for. Moving along, talking about the pictures, I'll put some pictures here. They turned out really good. Now, I'm not the best photographer. I got this for videos, but I just wanted to take some pictures and show them while I talk right now, just so that you guys can kind of see the quality. And like I said, if the aperture's off or the shutter speed's off, like, don't slay me over that. I know, I know it's not the greatest, but it just gives you guys an idea. And if you are a beginner or this is your first camera, hands down, I wouldn't even, if you're on the fence between this and another camera, this is gonna exceed your expectations. When I bought this, I was shooting little clips in my studio here with my phone in 60 frames. I figured out, you know, iPhone shoots 60 frames, and this iPhone is, I think, the iPhone 8. So I started shooting those little videos, and I thought, you know, do I really need to spend $700 plus the memory card, plus I'm using a Rode mic just for better audio? Do I really need to spend all that? You know, I'm already getting 60 frames a second, you know. But yes, the answer is yes. It's a huge difference. HD on a camera compared to HD on your phone is mind-blowing. Now, the technical differences, I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't. But it's definitely worth it. I mean, this is one of those purchases when I bought it and I got it, it exceeded all my expectations, and it was worth every single penny. I would buy it again, hands down. Because originally I wanted a 70 or an 80D, and I was trying to find a used one, and that was tough to do. But being new to this, being new to the camera game, I figured, let me just get in with something good and see where it goes. If you get this camera and you're disappointed, definitely DM me, hit me up in the comments, dislike the video. Like, if you get it and you hate it, then let me know for sure, because I do not think you will be disappointed at all. If you get it and you hate it because of the 4K, I warned you. Speaking about the video quality, I just wanted to show you guys some of the clips that I got from the other day here. Nothing crazy, just local shots, just to kind of display to you guys what the Canon M50 can do. And if you're curious, the intro was actually shot on my iPhone. I guess you could do a little bit of a comparison, and I'll put that right roll.
Can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on.
So that's going to be it from me, guys. As you can see, the Canon M50 Mirrorless, it's a great camera. If you like this video, be sure to like Like it, comment it, tell your friends, tell your mom, your sister, your brother, your stepsister, all that good stuff. If you have any comments, leave them below. I don't care if it's good, bad, or ugly. I want to know what you thought of the video, anything. Let me know anything and everything, and subscribe because I will be putting out more content. Guarantee it. This is only the beginning. And make sure you hit that bell because YouTube is doing a little weird thing where they don't tell everybody when the new videos are coming out. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. But until then, remember to stay positive.